Welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be changing my transmission fluid on my 2005 Toyota Camry LE with a 2.4 liter engine. And I'm going to show you the transmission it has real quick. It has a U250E transmission. And I've been noticing some weird issues like steady slipping, like the clutch pack slipping. It holds no RPM for like a second or two before finally shifting. It also shifts rough when cold. It shudders in overdrive gear under 50 miles an hour when you press the gas or go up a hill. Anyway, I'm going to be changing that out today, and I'm going to take you along with the journey. Maybe you'll get some ideas on how to change it. But first, let's unbox my Rock Auto package that I got in the mail just now. Not sponsored. I'm not going to be sponsored for a long time anyway, so I only have like 88 subscribers at the time recording this. So if you enjoy these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. If you don't want to, that's fine, but it'll be really appreciated. I'm not going to beg for them or guilt trip you or whatever like other creators do. Anyway, I'm going to use a screwdriver because I don't have a knife on me. Now, this isn't really a tutorial, but you can use it as a tutorial. I'll be showing you what I'm going to do, kind of like a tutorial, but don't take this with a grain of salt. I'm not a professional. It's actually my first time changing transmission fluid, but it seems straightforward, I guess. I'm going to show you a list of items you're also going to need. Okay. Ooh, lots of bubble stuff. Okay, first up, I got a Wix transmission filter, Wix 58010. I also got a 10mm hex Allen head socket. I also got 5 quarts of this Aisin, I believe, OEM ATF Type 4, I believe, TIV. I don't know Roman numerals that well, but I got 5 quarts of this. It only takes like 3 quarts, but I got an extra quart because it's only like $5 a quart. I spent a total of $63 on this stuff, but I know it is $63. Check exactly later and put it on the screen if you want to know. Here's that. Now I hope this transmission fluid or this transmission filter actually fits. I did some research and on the site it said it will fit, but it comes with the filter and it also comes with the gasket. This might be a little bit of a long video. Okay, so before I begin, I want to show you what issues I'm actually having. I'm going to see if I can replicate them on video. I'm going to show you what my symptoms are. I don't know if I can replicate them all though. So I'm going to take a little drive around and I'll show you what I see. Okay, let's see if I can replicate it here. No, of course not. Nope. Every time I try to record it or show someone, it doesn't replicate it. I don't know. Okay. It did a little bit there. Basically, once it's warm, it does some slipping. Like, it's not like revving up type of slip. It's more like a steady slip. Like the clutch packs are engaged and a little funky. What you're gonna need? You're gonna need a floor jack. You're gonna need a jack stand, very important too. A clean drain pan with at least a 5 quart capacity. An empty 5 quart bottle with fill markings on the sides. A 10mm Allen socket, 3/8 or a 1/4 ratchet. 10mm socket, 10mm wrench, ratcheting if possible, because that'll make it a lot easier. You're going to need brake cleaner or something similar, paper towels or rags, some cardboard, 4 to 5 quarts of type TIV, or I forgot what it was, transmission fluid, Wix 58010 transmission filter if you have that kind of transmission, or one that will fit your car, a new drain plug crush washer, new transmission gasket, a torque wrench, a long skinny funnel, and maybe some PV blaster or something like that, or WD-40 isn't really a penetrant though, but that's what you need. You might need something else, like a screwdriver, a pry bar. Okay, so the next step will be, well, what I'll be doing next is applying the handbrake, which I already have, or the parking brake or whatever. Next, you're gonna be jacking up the vehicle with the floor jack right over there. Something like this. I do not recommend you use scissor jacks, the one that comes with your car. Those are pretty dangerous, especially if you're not on even floor. So these are like 150 bucks at Harbor Freight. Pick one up, please, if you plan on working on your car more often. Now, if you look on the driver's side of your car, there is some notches underneath. You want to jack up on those notches. Now, floor like ramps would be more preferable, but I don't have any ramps that will work with this car. My ramps are too tall. That should be high enough. And you want to get some jack stands. You want to place your jack stand somewhere underneath here. That will work. You want to let down your jack a little bit. You want to jack it up a little bit. This is safety. You want to get your drain pan, your socket, 10 millimeter ratchet or wrench. You can use your PB blaster or whatever. And you want to get your socket. You also want to get your crush washer under there. I will leave links to all of these parts in the description so you can use them. Oh, remove your dipstick. A little bit. You don't have to remove it all the way, just a little bit, like that. So it flows better, I guess. You see right here on the driver's side, that is your transmission pan drain plug. This is what you're gonna want to loosen. The other side is your oil pan. You do not want to loosen that one. That's your engine oil. This is your transmission. Okay, you want to loosen this up. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I'm gonna spray this a little bit with penetrating oil, just a little bit. Make sure it's fully seated. Loosen. Okay, that broke free pretty easily. Can't get it out of here. There it goes. I'm gonna loosen this up. There we go. No, what are you doing? Why'd it do that? What was that for? It just, did you see that? Hold on, do you see this, guys? It just made a huge mess. This transmission fluid is pretty dark. Okay, now while that's draining, which mine is basically already done, what you want to do is you want to clean off your drain plug with a pick, wire brush, and a paper towel. So what you want to do with a pick or screwdriver, you want to clean out the inside of that plug, the inside of the hex. Just scrape it all off. Scrape all the rust, a lot of the rust out, some of the rust. Okay, now you're gonna wire brush. You want to take the crush washer off the old one. Take that off. You want to wire brush the outside of the bolt, or the bolt, at least as much as you can. I have a cheap wire brush that isn't doing jack shit. Okay, now you can, this is optional, you can spray it off with brake cleaner, just a little bit of brake cleaner. Spray some brake cleaner on a rag, this also is optional, but it helps, I guess. And wipe off where the bolt's gonna thread in, but like the outside of it, like this. Grab your crush washer before more drips out all over the place. Put it on. I don't know what the torque spec is really. Tighten this down. Pretty tight, but not like super tight though. Strip it out. I think that should be good right there. Now, if you don't want to change the filter, you're basically done. All you gotta do is fill it up. But in this case, I'm going to be changing the filter out. So you see these bolts all around there? They're gonna be removed. Hopefully none of them snap. Okay, there's gonna be some fluid still in here, so be careful when you take it out. These shouldn't be that tight. Please try not to use an impact or something on this because it could break the bolt. Nope, it's dripping. I'll deal with that bolt in a little bit. That was bound to happen to one of them. Okay, so I got one that's already pre-stripped right there. That's stupid. There's so many bolts. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3 bolts that are underneath the subframe, so you have to get a wrench or something in there. There is one bolt there, another bolt there, and there's another bolt all the way up in there. You see it? Yeah. You can lift up the engine a little bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end up raising the engine. I don't want to strip out any more bolts. You don't have to do this. If yours aren't rusted, you can always just use a wrench. But in this case, I'm gonna be lifting or taking the wheel off here and, well, lifting the engine up a little bit once I take the mount bolt off. So I gotta put down the jack of some, take the hubcap off. Now what you're gonna need is a 21mm socket and a breaker bar or an impact. I have an impact because it makes it a lot easier. So thankfully my wheel isn't stuck. Okay, you see this 19mm nut right there? You see it right there, the big one? You want to remove that. You want to remove this right here. Okay, that was pretty easy. Guess I'm not going to remove this all the way because the nut on here is stuck on the stud, and the stud is the only thing that's spitting out. There is the transmission casing. Hold on, let me show you. You see right there next to the oil pan? Right there, next to the oil pan behind it. You want to jack up on that just a little bit. Apparently I was wrong. Okay, watch the studs right there. I don't like that noise it just made. I hope I didn't break anything there. It made a weird noise I don't like. Let's see if I can get these transmission pan bolts now. Sorry for the poor camera angles. I don't have a professional camera set up. I'm just some dude in a garage. DIYing stuff, trying to help people out. Doing fun things like mini bikes, go-karts. No go-karts yet though. ATVs. You're gonna need probably a shallow 10mm like this one. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been a while. It's already dark. Anyway, I got finally all the bolts loosened. Like 3 or 4 stripped out, and I just used a smaller socket, a smaller size, a 9mm to loosen them. Hammered it on and loosened them. One gave me a struggle, so I had to heat it up and use 5 scrubs to get it out. Other than that, it's good. Okay, so remove the pan, and I'll get back to you once I get that done. Okay, so I got my tripod temporarily fixed. So I'm gonna remove, hopefully it doesn't fall everywhere, liquid, probably will. Why did I just say liquid? It's transmission fluid, not just liquid. Hold it up while you take it off so it doesn't fall on you. Now I'm gonna slowly remove this. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm gonna make sure my filter fits. Okay, I'm gonna remove the old one now. 3. Okay, that was easy enough. Everything looks fine. It's of course it has transmission fluid on it, but you know, it looks fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and at least physically looks fine. It doesn't look damaged. Be careful because there's more transmission fluid can come out of this when you take it off. Okay, I'm gonna pull this filter off. Oh no. This is your transmission pan. I mean, it looks fine. There's the transmission pan. There's pretty dirty in there. I'm gonna remove the old gasket, which came off in one piece, thankfully. I'm gonna start wiping this off now. And this magnet here is covered in sludge. Okay, the inside of the pan is mostly cleaned. Okay, so your transmission filter gets torqued to 96 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, because that would break something, but inch-pounds. You need a inch-pound torque wrench. I forgot to mention that. It probably should be an inch-pounds, because you don't need a big fat torque wrench for these things. They need a little torque. You want to make sure your O-ring came off the oil filter. Like, there's not supposed to be an O-ring in there. It comes with a new filter usually, so I'm gonna lube this O-ring up with the transmission fluid. For me, it took a little bit of force for this to seat in there, but it did. So push really hard until it seats. You'll feel it. It will stay. Now you want to grab your bolts and you want to install them. Should all be the same, I hope. Yeah, okay. The bolts are the same, so it doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, I cannot show myself torquing this because I have to do it with both hands. No, that's too much. I'm doing something wrong. Is my torque wrench out of calibration? What the hell is going on? My filter is in. My torque wrench feels off. Like it seems like it's tightening too much. Next up, to install your drain pan. Actually, I forgot to put the magnets in. What am I doing? Make sure you clean your magnets off. Okay, so you're gonna take your new gasket and you're gonna line it up. See, the gasket should look like that on there. Oh, and I should have mentioned to you, if you're gonna do this repair, the bolts are M6 by 1.0, their length is 12 millimeters. The head should be 10 millimeter. Now you want to kind of pre-install some of the bolts on here. You slide them through so your gasket holds in place, and I'll show you in a second. Kind of like this. You see that? Where your bolts are kind of pre-installed, sort of, like this. So they hold the gasket in place. Next, you want to clean off your mating surface on the transmission as well. So it can be dirty and greasy with transmission fluid. You want to wipe this off. Okay, my mating surface is cleaned. Now you want to install your pan the correct way, of course, and then thread in your bolts. Okay, all your bolts should be tightened down now. I got mine all tightened down. Took me a little bit, honestly. Now, you want to put back your engine cover. Not your engine cover, but your engine mount bolt. Well, you gotta let down your vehicle first off the jack. Or let down the engine off the jack, should I say. Once you got your engine mount tightened down completely, you're good to put your wheel back on. And next, we'll be filling your transmission. When you put your hubcap back on, make sure that little notch is lined up with the valve stem right there. Alright, now you can let down your car. Make sure you check for leaks after this, too. Okay, next stage is to fill the transmission fluid. Take your dipstick out. Now you want to take a long, skinny funnel like this. I'm going to stick it in here. Now I'm going to start with 3 quarts, because I believe it calls for like 3 to 8.8 quarts. Okay, first quart, slowly, because it can bubble up and it can splash or you can spill it or something. Alright, now you want to check for leaks. This is the point when you want to make sure there's no leaks. I do not see any leaks. I think I'm good. Alright, second quart goes in. I'm going to put in my third quart. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dipstick back in and I'm going to take it up to check the level. Make sure it's on the dipstick, which it does look like it is, which is good. I'm going to start the vehicle, or start my car, and I'm going to run through all the gears, and then I'm going to wait for it to warm up a little bit. I'm going to shut it off, wait for a little bit, and recheck it. Hopefully this works. It better work. Start. Okay, I'm going to pull out. Transmission is working. It's moving the car. Reverse. Wait a little bit. Neutral. Drive. Third. Second. Low. Back to second. To third. To drive. To neutral. To reverse. And then park. Okay, I'm going to shut off the car. I'm going to wait for it to settle down a little bit. Okay, so that's the next day. It got really dark. It was like 10 o'clock, 10:30. But I'm going to be checking it cold. I'm going to warm it up a little bit. And then I'm going to let it sit for a few. I'm going to check it, maybe like a minute, maybe if that. Now I'm going to check it again. I ran it through the gears a few times. I'm going to add a quarter of a quart and I'm going to run it through the gears again. I'm going to add it till I get 700 milliliters on the bottle. I'm going to add a little at a time till I get to the full mark. Alright, so I'm going to take it for a little bit of a drive and get it warmed up some. And we'll check it again later on. Okay, we're shifting. Give it a good pull up here. We're shifting. Good pull. Good shift. Good shift. Good shift. I think we're in business. Okay, so I'm gonna check it one more time. I have driven for a few minutes. Still on the cool mark, I don't know why. So that should be the fourth for it. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this helped you guys out some. And I'll see you guys in another video, or if you're not going to watch the channel again, that's fine. Bye.